Why did it hug the ground? Hold on. Nah, just try this again. Try this again. Yeah, everything's set to... Oh, I know why. It's because that one texture that I saw that made it look like it was hugging the ground. This one, we can just get rid of that one. I really need to just make sure I never use that one again. Good God. Let me make sure I'm outside like that. Let me select everything. Might have not gotten low enough. Looks like I was. Okay, we just gotta raise. Excellent. And then I just need to jerk all that back a little bit. Alright, cool. Now, this stream is going to be... How you doing, Barb? This stream is going to basically be a full start-to-end development and show the entire process of how I'm going to do a 40K file. I'm debating right now, do I want to do kits first or do I want to do the map? It's always the toughest question. Let's do kits first. Just because I want to be able to balance things out, yada-da. Then again, I just spawned everything down, so that's going to mean spawning things in and out is going to be a bit weird. You know, we'll do the map first, screw it. It's, less work, or, yeah. I swear it works out, just because when I test weaponry, I'm going to be going in and out of the map a lot, and that's going to take a lot of time, especially when I have all these pre-plays. So instead, let's go with the simple stuff. So... Oh, boy. Not the worst map in the world to completely change out, but it's certainly going to be a pain in the butt. Nonetheless, let's get our handy-dandy tools out and make this work. So, if we just unhide the walls, we can get this as a template. Okay. Let's put 3 buildings down on it and see if we can somehow salvage walls or if this is going to be too much of a pain. So let's grab 3 buildings I'd want to work with here. Let's grab this one, and that one. That should be fine. Oh boy, there's going to be a lot of back and forth, and I already lost my place. All right, now we're over here. Are we? Over here. There it is. It's because I can't see that damn thing from above. Okay. Now the fun part. Take it off of rotation on the side. Gotta be careful with this one because it doesn't have a lot of under texture. There's a cheap way I can fix that, but yeah. Still gotta be careful about it. I could honestly go for a bigger building right here. Actually, yeah, no, I am. Oh, man, the building replacement alone is probably going to take 2 hours. Oh, boy. Either way, we'll make it work. How are you all doing? Guerrilla dev stream? What? Guerrilla attack? That actually... Hold on, this might work out super awesomely. Well, do I want that to be closed or open? If I want it to be open, I should do that instead. We can put the pole right there so it mimics with that, and then you have a little opening right here in terms of the bushes inside. Do I have deformer? Oh god, it's Control-Shift-Y? No, I don't have deformer. Okay, that's fine. A lot of 40K buildings can be worked with anyway. Do I want to replace ruins? I'll keep the ruins as is. It's fine. Here we have some sort of lawn building. I can just replace that with, you know, a standard lawn. I'm in a stratum building here. I'll make it a 2-story. But again, I mean, we've got probably, I want to say 400 buildings on this map. 300 to 400, I would say. So that's going to be a lot of replacement. But that's fine. Probably replace entire blocks with other things as well. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of outlets to replace as well. And then a lot of moving around, making sure I got everything. Oh boy. And then we spawn them in chunks. This is another triplet right here, so honestly it can just be recycled. Oh, no, we can't do that because the road's right there. I might actually have to do a smaller building then. Because I want the roads to still be usable, because otherwise the AI perform the stupid. And the AI performing the stupid is a very tough thing to beat when they try to pathfind around, but hey, you know, we work with what we got. I'm gonna have to fold in a bit because of that rock wall. There's a little bit of an opening right there. Let me shove that on the side. Yeah, there's a little bit of clip, but I want room for it to go, and then I definitely need the smaller building on that area. Then when we start getting to the villages, we can actually start using the actual halves and whatnot. Oh, man. What have I committed to? That's fine. Just because they don't want the damn thing to spawn in the air. Alright, next compound. So how's everyone's day? Full first session of D&D last night? Nice, bro. I got a Dune RP session tomorrow at 8. I'm literally playing a psychopath. It's fun. It's a little worrisome of how much of the actual me bleeds into that game, but you know, we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to go there, sir. What's the biggest village around? If I remember correctly, this is Alibad, so it was like kind of this centralized area. So I'm debating keeping the super large buildings to there, and then maybe, well, there's a few others I can put in there to kind of make that all work too, but that should be fine. We'll do one larger one here, because it can definitely hold it, and then we can, have the rest be small. I mean, let's just make this simple. What do I got after doing that? Quite a few small spaces. So let's just import a few buildings and fill gaps and see if it needs anything beyond that. So let's grab you. You, both of you. Oh, son of a biscuit. Let's grab the blown out one, too. Promethium tanks, because Promethium tanks are always a good thing to add. Make a giant-ass explosion thingy. Because why not? Yeah. Should be able to build what I need with just those pieces. Set those so they actually go into the ground. Yeah, go ahead, Barb. What's your quote-unquote big news, broski? Oh, while he types that, some news with me. I just got offered to potentially go try out the Squad Zeus mod at a community. So I'm gonna definitely keep that one in my back pocket, but I'm gonna go see what I can do to learn some of that. Because that sounds fun, to be honest. And that would be a nice expansion from Arma 3. So we can start doing Squad, Arma 3, and Daisy. I think that'll work out well. I need some of the smaller halves here. Your GF proposed to you? Nice. Congratulations, man. Happy for you, broski. Let's see. Oh god, Turvey. Well, I know you said yes, otherwise you wouldn't bring it up. Which is why I'm saying I'm happy for you, you goober. yeah, the finances and planning for the wedding, though, that's the step that, that's the one that's gonna suck, admittedly. Pigeon, this is for another group on Wednesday, but I'm actually thinking about recycling it and giving it to you in a different flavor because these AOs take a big amount of time. At the same time, though, I'd have to import another map and do another freaking addition to the mod set, and I just don't feel like doing that. So what I'm probably going to do is, again, something different, something smaller scale, because these guys will go through this entire map, if I am not careful, in like 50 minutes. Because Space Marine augmentation speed is nuts. You guys are much slower in pacing, which I appreciate. But, oh my god. Like, there's a reason I gotta updude everything here, because it goes crazy. There's a little bit of clipping in there, but, I mean, that building doesn't really work that well in that slant. It still feels kind of empty. I need one of you in here, and also, again, with what I just stated, I want the bigger buildings to be hugged in other stuffs, but now that I can do all the way to right there, and that should fix the clipping on the side. Yes, I am a god. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Yeah, no, you're fine. This Wednesday should be Swift's night, if I recall correctly. Barb pulls a 180 and goes, ah, no, my god. Tootie, you monster. Christ. Will that fit right there? Oh my, well, okay, a box kind of goes inside, but screw it, it works. Ha. A little bit of clipping right there, a little bit of clipping right there, but you know what? I made it work, it's fine. I've learned that, especially for groups that are going to be literally rampaging through this section, it doesn't really matter if there's clipping or not, because they're going to be focused on the ambience I'm going to put in, which we'll put at the end of this scenario, because I want to keep that as the surprise. I don't know if... I think he was doing his one-off, Pigeon, but now he's going back to World War II. I don't know, like, how do I put this? I appreciate what any Zeus makes and does. I will be honest, though. It's just me personally. I don't always appreciate the World War II stuff. I don't know why. It's been very hit or miss with me. And I guess that just reflects on me as a player. But, like, I remember I had one op where I just wasn't... I guess I was just having a bad night, to be honest. I couldn't hit shit. And I was logging a mortar all around. We didn't really use it to the end. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I being so dumb? Alright, that's good enough. Let's work on the smaller compounds outside. But, you know, to each their own. Hey, Twitch. It's fine. It's going. Ah, yes, my little heresy gate. Oh, right, my orc. You know, I am going to do an orc op for them one day, and I'm going to pull out all of the little monsters I made and murdered the 700th Cadian with on a pay for pain. I feel like that'll be something. Smack that right in the middle, put a big thing behind it, and call it a day. Hey, Sniper Man. You know, Tootie, I've got no comment to that, to be perfectly honest. I'm just gonna chalk that up as quote-unquote one of those things. And then meanwhile, I have a buddy that every week he sends me new videos of him doing drone sorties and dropping stuff on people and getting really excited about it. And I'm like, oh my god. But that's just proof that that's just proof that if you fly drones in my Zeus ops, apparently that qualifies you to go to Ukraine and do it in real life. Like, the whole thing just tragic, but that little snippet just, God. Thanks, I hate it. Anyway. No, he is not. He's excited, though, because the British are apparently giving more drones. And he has something new to do, the goober. Oh, well. Yeah, exactly, Barbarian's right. They're not gonna work because they're Russian. Never, ever on the range use Russian ammo, and especially never use Turkish ammo, alright? You will learn your lesson if you try, because it's not gonna work out for you, unfortunately. Feels like I need something right there, so let's get a tall hab. Oh god, every Discord I am on that is tracking Ukraine stuff right now is going ballistic over the freaking British storm shadows that they're sending, the freaking cruise missiles. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, it's gonna be great. And it's like, Christ. Oh, shut up, Turvey. You freaking goober. Okay, let's... It feels kind of hollow, but at the same time, considering this is going to be a total map conversion, I think that's fine if it does feel a little hollow. I'm going to leave the ruins alone, though. But yeah, no, first part of this stream is literally going to be me converting every single building to a 40k one. Because that's just become my unofficial standard for 40k ops, is doing this. And then people have recently started to take more of a notice and go, do you do all that by hand, or do you have like a script for it? And I'm like, you know, I do it all by hand, and when I first heard, you know, you could just probably make a script for it. I'm like, you're right, but at the same time, you would have to basically make something that read all of the class names of buildings in a map. And then you would have to either set a randomized or a one-to-one conversion. You probably would want to do a one-to-one conversion. And then, even then, you'd have to rely on the index icons for both buildings being similar. Otherwise, you're going to just end up with a bunch of 40k maps or buildings floating. And depending on how dense the map is, executing that might crash your damn server. And worse still, if there's a bunch of small items in or around the buildings, you're just going to have a bunch of clipping issues, and it's not going to look good. So the only way to really do this is to just one-to-one convert everything, and then keep it all as a database, and then go back and use it later. A backup mission I have for the Black Templar is the converted Usbin Valley map that I did the... was it Usbin? No, it wasn't Usbin. It was another map that we did with the Sisters of Battle. Even though I know for a fact they're going to blow through that AO, but if I'm ever feeling lazy for an op day and I want to focus on, like, you know, roleplay elements or something, I can just fire that up and go, here we go. This was 5 hours of work. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I did hear about the lone tank and the Victory Day parade. I wonder where all the other tanks went. Man, if only we knew. They're probably all in a storage depot somewhere, right? Yeah. Haven't. What? Well, that was weird. Who knows? Life's greatest mysteries. Alright, let's go ahead and throw one of those up here. And again, I'm trying to leave openings that are big enough for Space Marines to move through. Because they're going to need it. But also, I want to be light on the buildings, because the enemies I have planned for this AO are going to be very, melee-focused. You know... Put a single building over there. I'm going to start working on the outskirts and then just kind of circling around, because it just makes it a bit easier for me to work with. Also, why I use a bunch of mini ones instead of one big one is because the server can't process one big one. Sometimes it'll just, like, break the damn server. And you're just like, oh, okay. Guess I'm stuck with that. What do I want to do for here? A big thing like that, I probably want to just put a big hab block on it. Might feel a little out of place, but at the same time, it creates a nice overwatch position to work with. There's no clipping. Everything works out. You can find anything on eBay nowadays, just with how everything's gone. That's how it works. But no, before I did this stream, I jumped in because I noticed a guy doing a local Discord stream with a few other guys for the Black Templar community. They were going over some mod stuff, and it really confused me because I'm like, bro, what's all this? Bro, this is... I wanna use some of that, but they already have a mod set that's like 76 mods, and it has a lot. So I understand if they're not going to add any of it, but it's like, oh... The scope creep of a mod set, man, it can get you. It can get you good. Next thing you know, you got 120 mods and everyone's crashing left and right, but hey, at least you have Slaneshi Demon Heads. That can stab the shit out of you. Alright, I'm going to keep working on this bank out here. Let's put this one over here. But no, there's been a lot of interesting opportunities that have been coming up for my content as a whole. That, again, it's going to take me a little while to get through them all, and I am going to be in the process of catching up so I can then try to tackle them all, but I got some really fun stuff cooking up. And I always say that, and then we actually do the fun stuff, and then it's always finding the next really fun thing to do. Ah, my life in a nutshell. At least I enjoy it. Wow. Barb, you're so cringe that the follow bot doesn't want to work for you. That is pretty cringe, buddy. I'm sorry to say. That is pretty damn cringe. Are we actually going to go back here? Maybe if I put a base. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, boy. Here, start working on this side. Again, the ruins I don't have to replace, which is nice. Yeah, that's just out. These, okay, those are just extra to be out there. Ah, he's been following me for 4 years. That damn stalker. Did you, Barb, did you go to, whatchamacallit yesterday? I wasn't there because of Mother's Day. SOG Prairie Fire, did you do the op with them? Did they even run an op? I didn't even pay attention, to be honest. If you did, I hope it went well. Because it is fun to play with those guys, and it's just really fun to watch them call airstrikes on top of each other. It's like, oh no, not again. I'm gonna stay up and overwatch you guys from this ridge. And then some of them have started noticing. They come up with me, the whole white boy summer jokes and whatnot. My God. They did? Gotcha. Nah, I was kidnapped for Mother's Day. Celebratory shenanigans. Alright, cool. Let's throw a hab in there. It's a small hab. Alright, so far, not bad. Just ignore the freaking Covenant cruiser in the background, but, you know, not bad. It's just part of the debug that I have. just ignore the giant thing sticking out, and it'll look good, trust me. You know, I'm actually going to look over at the newer structures in their mod set. Is there anything good in here? For day-to-day stuff, not really. I could put a church down somewhere, but I'm going to need something very flat. I can also use this, though. Because the rest of this is more militant, which I guess in the larger towns I can set some of that stuff up. And then you got Tau, and you got some Geonosian BS, and you got some Necron temples. I could probably use the Mos Eisley structure and shove it in there. And then we got the mini ships. Oh, you. I'm going to need you later. Hell yeah. Completely forgot you existed. And then you got the interior here. And then what, some covering for it? I think those are ship coverings. I need to test them to see if they're ballistic or not, though. Rounds will fly through. This texture's nice, but the AI phase through it, which is a pain in the butt. Or they do that, you know, floating animation. We can also probably use the towers here, which I think they're cereal boxes, but that's the point. And we'll just shove the Covenant cruiser somewhere, right? Easy. Ha! Props. This is just a giant orc thing, which actually is fully... Oh, neat. Is that a meteor? Oh, no, it's literally a rock. I see. It's one of their... Yeah, okay. Alright, and then the warp gate I think is fine. We'll try maybe using some of the mini warp gates as well, but... Yeah. Details, details, devils in the details. So honestly, I think we should keep the... Now that I know that exists, I'll bring it up later. This thing, though, might be funny to shove around. Where's the entryway on it, though? Huh. You know, I think it would help if it had an entryway. But, you know, sci-fi structures are sci-fi structures. The one thing I also have to remember is if I'm going to start using props from other mods, it means that the recyclability of it decreases as I expand on the mods being utilized. So that's always something you got to consider, but hey, c'est la vie. This is my job to make these things, so I can always just pitch in more time later. It's fine. Screw you, it's a Mos Eisley. We're making a Star Wars town now. Not gonna lie, though, I think some of these structures could work for Star Wars as well, to be perfectly honest. I'll just put a small hab over there. You know, okay, I will admit I am half tempted to shove that thing into the lake as like an Easter egg because this, my final product is gonna murder the visibility of this map. So I might do it on purpose to have some weird, ominous, glowing lights in the distance. Just to fuck with people that may or may not notice, but I'm only gonna do it as an Easter egg. I don't want to break like the entire group's immersion. Because they're a very roleplay heavy group, so I don't want to take them out of their immersion, because, well, then I don't do a good job at that point, do I? But no, I was having some really fun debates with people, though, while I was doing the COG operation. Because people wanted me to put in more infantry and whatnot. I'm like, guys, that's not what they want, please. Here, okay, I'll put a 4-man team. There you go. And then they just dropped a damn JDAM on them, and I'm like, oh, God. My boys. They just airstruck my boy. Oh, they were just my child soldiers, damn it. They didn't deserve that. But no, I got a nice message from one of their air boys saying they like the balance I'm doing between giving air plenty to do and then ground plenty to do as well. So that relationship's going to go for a while. And it's starting to open some new doors. I need to get on Karma Cut and say, hey, when's the next kill cog? I wanna go stream that. Because I need to, at this point, I need to show off, because that's meant to be like the training stuff they do. If you want to see them really kick butt, we got to go cover kill cog. Just put me in a spectator corner. I literally just want to watch everyone get annihilated. Because it's a full PvP thing, so we put it on the Shenanigans channel as some proper content expansion. But I'm not gonna lie, I think the future for me is gonna be taking a little bit back from Zeusing. I was thinking of originally just expanding more in my own community and probably going up to 3 or 4 ops a week. I think it's gonna be a hard 2 to 3, keeping everything else I'm doing at this point, because I've always liked doing additional operations just to increase my range and repertoire, but I'm now at a point where I've got that. You know what I mean? Like, I've got that pretty handled. I've got, you know, my gold standard within my own community. I've got super fast paced with the Black Templars. I can get a glimpse of that small scale if I want to Zeus for the 5th OML on Friday nights. Or Saturdays, even. Some ruins to this one spot. I feel like it could use that for a bit of flavor. We've got super slow paced with Karma Cuts group hosting bi-weekly. We've got the bi-weekly pacing for a Milsim with Jester's group. I've got the absolute memeing heck and craziness that you can get with Pog on Thursdays. So I've got pretty much everything covered. The only extra stuff I'd want to do is commission work. Or if Digby or Rubik's reached out and wanted me to do something for them, I'd gladly accept that work. But I think beyond all that, I think it's time to, you know, keep doing what I'm doing with DayZ, start expanding into squad, see what else I can kind of bring a Zeus flair to, you know? Because beyond that, what else is there? You know what I mean? Because I've been doing this since 2016. I think I've worked with almost every group type under the sun, from the most hardcore to the most basic. Not sure what else to take it to, you know? Wandering, here, let me tab out. 20,623.7, which is what, 2.5, 2 3/4 years? Something like that. Oh, Turvey was answering that, yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of it's spent in the freaking mission maker. I mean, this stream's already been going for 30 minutes, and we've only converted maybe a fifth of this map. So that means, by mathematical definition, this is gonna take 2.5 hours alone just to replace all the damn buildings. But this is my standard. And honestly, after I experimented with it, when they pushed the update out to add the buildings, and I did it a few times with the 700 Cadian, honestly, all the way back to when we started, before they even had like these types of buildings in the mod set, I was still replacing, you know, entire towns, the entirety of Stratus, for example. I did that when I was in college too. That took me forever, but just ever since, I just can't be bothered to not do an op like that, because it just kills my own personal immersion if I don't replace everything at that point. And then I'm also super picky when I play 40k, because I'm like, all right, are we playing 40k, or am I role-playing as a 40k guy in Altis? Like, damn, bro. But I would love, with this group, to go replace the entirety of Altis. I wanted to do that with the 5th, but the player base was just too small. But I still have that original map for the center of Altis that I'd love to cannibalize. Because it's fun just to throw on some music, chill with you guys, and, you know, build. $40K versus Star Wars. I love that argument, because everyone's like, oh, you know, Stormtroopers versus Katie, and who would win, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to send the Space Marines, and we're gonna end this argument very, very quickly. Because nothing short of a damn turbo laser tower is going to stop them. Remember, I was in an argument way back when with people, I think in the 501st, just bullshitting, and I went into a Discord channel, turned my stream on, literally put 1 Space Marine down versus 20 Stormtroopers, was like, alright, there you go. It's already over, I'm sorry to say. That's your argument, bro, it's done. I don't like Nurgle. However, this gives me an excuse to do a 40k zombie mission. Who doesn't want a good 40k zombie mission? Do you have any idea how many people beg me on the daily to do zombie-related stuff? Zombie anything. So I literally asked the people that were in the Black Templar Discord, they were streaming some stuff, and I'm like, all right, I need a map, I need a concept. And they're like, well, you know, some people are a little bored of Chaos, because usually we fight Chaos and Orcs. We can't really fight Tau, because a lot of their weapons aren't designed to really fight with Space Marines, so we're still waiting on content for that. We could do Gene Stealers, but then we have a certain policy we have to do, because Gene Stealers taking, you know, Space Marine DNA is a bit of an issue, because, again, they roleplay. So, we could do Necrons, but Necrons doesn't really have a variation. So I'm like, have you guys done Nurglings in a while? And they're like, Nurglings? Do we have Nurglings in the mod set? And I'm like, oh. So you've never done... Okay. Okay, boys. I got something we're gonna do. They're like, yeah, you know, we also like role-play and ambience. And I'm like, okay. I got something we're gonna do. I'll show you guys that at the end. Always do your environmental stuff at the end, by the way, because then you're gonna hate yourself while you make the mission. You are going to hate yourself. Not gonna lie, this op is gonna probably require a flamer or two. And they're Space Marines, so they're gonna have to get the heavy flamer. Shove that in the middle of the compound. Give me that 2-story. Alright, cool. We're circling around the major towns right now. I'm just checking. I'm not going to redo ruins because ruins are ruins. Fetch me the flamer. The heavy flamer. Oh, yeah, they were also showing off melee daemonettes, and I'm like, okay. I need those. No, 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 you don't understand. I need those. Do you want me to make this game terrifying? Okay, just give me... just give me those Slaneshi daemonettes with those Wits Blades, baby. We can go nuts. I will make you hate life. Yeah, 40K does not have mines. There are no mods that add mines. And you know what? I freaking love it. Because I really, really get annoyed with people that constantly beg me for, oh my gosh, send in the nukes. Send in the IED butterflies. Send in the goat IEDs. Oh, hit them with a VB IED. And it's like, you just want me to outright ruin people's enjoyment of this game, do you? Like, please, sir, calm down. Calm down, sir. If you want that, go to Barbarian Weeb's channel. I'm just kidding. Nah, I hope I have taught him that that is a no-no, too. Whenever I do a full map conversion, and I think I've only really done it with 40K because Star Wars didn't really have the assets to do it. Back in the day, they had a lot of large cereal boxes, but no enterable buildings, which is why I never really got in the habit of it. Plus, it takes a long time, and again, I started this all as a college student that did this all as a side job because I had a freaking VPN job. That was customer service. That was a pain in the butt, but... now that I have the time, I mean, today is literally going to be spent building this mission file, playing DayZ, and then probably jamming to some copyrighted music to not stream tomorrow's mission file and make a panicked announcement for it, and then sneak in Pog's mission file. I will say, though, the easiest mission files to make right now are Karma Cuts. However, it's the back and forth we do and the multiple revisions that still make it 2 hours, which, again, I don't mind. I actually love doing revisions for people. Because that means we're getting it right and calibrated to what the player base wants. But now, the third mission, I think we only had to do a few additions, but no outright revisions. And as I learn more and more what the player base likes and is calibrated with, so soon we'll get to the level of we don't need to worry about revisions as we get into more advanced stuff, especially roleplay. But I got some new projects to go with soon. And that's going to be very, very fun. I mean, when I Zeus, it's hard to annoy me. And when I do get annoyed, I just take it off the shoulder or chin or whatever, however that phrase goes, and just go, yeah, all right, it happens. But you lone wolf in one of my ops, and you're not supposed to lone wolf in it, you die. First 2 times, I'll give you a fair chance as a simple nudge to go, hey, you shouldn't be out here by yourself. Get back in formation. You still don't learn your lesson, I will find creative ways to kill you, because at that point, you're just part of my entertainment scheme at this point. For me, not my viewer base, for me. And I get very sadistic. Why? Because it's fun. Yeah, then the IED butterflies come out, and I give in to chat's will of, spam them with IEDs. Then it gets fun. If you want to be killed by me, then go play in the Black Templar ops. Yeah, Because that's pretty much the equivalent of the 700th Cadian, except everyone's a Space Marine. Which, I'm not gonna lie, actually makes me feel a lot better about killing them off, because the reinsert policy is very quick. And people get right back into the fight. Because one of the biggest complaints I had back in the day with the 700 Cadian was a lot of people wanted me to go malicious, but then I would get complaints from people like, oh my gosh, we're getting murdered, because their reinsert system kind of sucked. Because they had so many different assets doing so many different things, so reinserts weren't the biggest priority because of all the lines of communication. With Black Templar, it's just ground and air. And vehicles, sometimes, ground vehicles, but all, you know, under one chapter. And then additional chapters of guests I can bring in, which I also really enjoy. So it's just fun. Like, it's also really funny because I didn't think I'd be doing more BT stuff, because my first BT op, my dealings with Fake French, no offense to him, great guy, but it was very... It was on the unprofessional side of everything was just done last minute, and, you know, I was just being told, yeah, we're gonna do this, and not getting my hands on the one thing we were gonna do, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. And then having to do everything last minute of, I am probably not gonna Zeus for these guys again, and then Zeusing the op, and getting the rush of, oh my god, they're literally murdering everything, what do I do? That got addicting. But no, now I deal with, Wolfheart, who's the actual community manager, and Fake French enjoys the operations that he plays, so everyone won. Everyone won. I got a new group to bully. They get some of the best offs they've told me they've ever played, and, you know, I get to still exercise 40k, because I know a lot of you chuckleheads love 40k, and were heartbroken when I stopped really doing a lot of work with the 700th, and then, the 5th OML ops kind of died down. But in my mind now, it is especially worth it to do all this effort for it, because with the 5th, no offense to the 5th, but it's a small group. And there's only so much you can do with a small group. With a large group, you can do practically everything except what you can't do with a small group, but anything I feel like doing with a small group, I can just go into the 5th and go, hey, I'm Zeusing on Friday or Saturday. Anyone want? Anyone doing anything? Otherwise, I'll take the slots. So it all works out. But, I mean, that's what I meant when I said earlier, like, I don't know where to really expand anymore, because for Arma Zeusing, I have everything I could ever want covered. So the only things I'm going to really reach out to do is commission jobs, or if Rubix or Digby or any other YouTuber except Remy needs me, because fuck that guy. Anyway. Alright. You know, so, for those of you that have been watching me build all these compounds, do you think anything's missing here? Like, when I put things down, once in a while I'll put something in the middle. Like, in terms of large detail. Small detail, these guys are Black Templars. They'll go through this AO literally in 50 minutes if I don't absolutely micro the hell out of them. So I don't really care for smaller detail, especially when I'm replacing every single building in the AO possible. But if there's anything else you think these AOs add, let me know. Because fun fact, I only grow based off of what people tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to think it's fine. Anyone that doesn't get direct feedback is just going to look at what they do and go, oh yeah, that's fine. I don't need to do anything else. And I hate being in that cycle because I don't grow. I don't learn anything. You know, I don't have anything fun to do. So if you see something that you think can be good, let me know. And I'll add it. Aquillas. So I'm going to be adding those to the villages, and I'm going to be putting the wrecked ones and putting the Nurgle idol on top. But for these small little single, like, you know, compounds on the outskirts, I don't think we need to do a lot of smaller detail. But I agree with you, Aquillas are good, and again, we'll do that in the larger cities where it'll actually be important. But the smaller ones, not necessarily needed, in my opinion. More casual vehicles. Modpack doesn't have them, and you don't want to spawn a shit ton of vehicles because vehicles will actually make the server lag pretty hard because vehicle entities themselves are just framey, unfortunately. Small pyramids? We're not doing Necrons. Oh my god, if this was a Necron off, we'd have pyramids for days. Pyramids for days. Exactly. That's what I'm asking, Jeff, because it needs just a little bit of je ne sais quoi. Like, I feel like that's missing, but at the same time, I want to keep a lot of open space because Space Marines are big. They don't fit in the tiny places that most humans do, you know? So it's like, we just gotta work with it. Personal shrines? Huh. Yeah. The issue is I don't really have anything that can reflect a personal shrine. That's my one issue with it. I can always also put in some small warp gates here and there and just make that tied to the objective, but you build the grandiose of the map first, and then you work on the finer details later. I'm looking, though. I don't really have anything to make a personal shrine, though, unless I wanted to use, like, 5 or 6 items. But nothing immediately screams out at me. And here's the thing. You don't want to be... When you're doing a full map building replacement or a full AO building replacement, you do not want to focus too hard on the finer details, because then your mission is going to be way too crowded with shit, and player base is going to lag hard, and they're not going to have a good time. So you just got to keep that in mind. I don't mind that corner floating. Again, since... If this was a small AO and I was doing it for someone like Karma Cut, I would be making sure every small detail like that was perfect. But since this is a large AO for a group that's literally going to bulldoze this map, you can get away with that. You can absolutely get away with that. Because otherwise, for someone that literally, I think I'm the only person in the world that does an Arma 3 mission making job full time. Trust me when I say you can get away with that, because otherwise you're going to be spending way too much time when you have other mission files and other things to do. I don't know, Charlotte, why are you here? Why are any of us here? Just make this Red vs. Blue episode 1. Let's go for it. Ah, I see. I might go on a different server today. I gotta look to see if it's opened yet, because there's been this Jungle Essiker server I've been waiting to jump on, and they had a test run of it yesterday, and I'm not sure if it's still up, but if it's still up, I'm gonna go play it, because I need a break from Namalsk. Because it's starting to turn into, you know, I'm doing my thing, but whenever a bounty comes on, everyone's just gonna come and eat my ass, and I don't feel like dealing with that. Because it's gotten to the point some people have tryharded it, and now I'm going to be attacked by people with the best armor and 50 cal weapons, and it's like, I don't really feel like dealing with that. Turvy, I'm going to ignore that, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, buddy. I just saw what you wrote. I'm going to ignore that. I'm opting to ignore that one. Yep. Don't need that in my life. Whatever the Japanese do is whatever the Japanese do, all right? I don't need to care. I really don't need to care. Christ. You know, actually, why didn't I think of that? I'm Zeusing for a Black Templar unit. How do I say? I think it's with a W. Hold on. I need to make a Discord call real quick. What? Let me type in the box Discord. What is his name? Is it not Wolfheart? No, it is. Mother... There we go. Hold on. Okay.
Hello,
So,
how can I
quick
help you?
question, just to sate my curiosity. Maybe in a few months or weeks down the line, how would you feel if I asked us to add maybe 1 or 2 mods for a very specific enemy type? Like down
What
the road.
mod?
Something called Coxhud, COXHUD.
Ah, right.
There's a certain line of videos on YouTube made by a entertainer known as Flashgits that I think would be a very nice joke op to run one day, and I just wanted your opinion on that.
I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never found it funny. I think it's a little bit in bad taste, but I'll ask the council if you want to. But
Okay. Again, if the council says no, that's perfectly fine. I'm just thinking of various things right now as I replace the entirety of
it's
a...
also something that I just really don't want to perpetuate because we have had people that have harassed furries before, and it's not something that
Gotcha.
we want in our community.
In
So
that case,
it's really
don't
I
ask.
wanna.
We
Yeah,
won't talk about it ever again. Thank you so much for your time.
no worries.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
That's a shame. Because, you know, I would love a world where we could actually have jokes and, you know, not have people take things too freaking far. And that's just a maturity thing with people. But unfortunately, there's people out there that, well, aren't mature. And they kind of ruin it for everyone. I can think of a few YouTubers that also are part of the issue, but hey, c'est la vie at that point. So, oh well. But I don't want to come in and have something run that's only going to cause issues down the road because people are dumb. But oh well. C'est la vie at that point. So I was thinking maybe down the line as an April Fool's joke, but if there's been people just harassing other people at that point, then there's no point to do it, unfortunately. Because people are idiots. So if we ever run any more, they're going to be done in-house with a small group of Space Marines. That means I can focus on smaller detail, but hey. That also opens the door of I can probably ask people to, you know, go in there since I bring people in anyway, but, you know, we keep that in there. We don't bring it over there. That could be another way to balance that out, but even so. Especially if there's harassment on the line, then a lot of stepping on eggshells there you got to worry about. But, you know, people are people. Op idea, it's just surprise movie night? Okay, and how am I supposed to make my ad revenue and my Twitch sub revenue on that op idea, sir? Please enlighten me. If you can tell me how I can make money on a movie night, I will more than gladly take you seriously, but indulge me here. How can I make a living instead of running ops just doing movie nights? Because I'm going to be honest, that means less work for me. Like, I'm all on board for that. Just tell me, how do I make my money? I can make my own movie. Oh, right. Yeah, let's take an Arma 3 Zeus with no movie creating experience other than editing videos in a really crappy way and give him the reins to make a movie. Here, let me call up Henry Cavill right now, right? He's doing a 40K project. I can, get on there as a liaison, you know? He'll see what I'm doing here. You know, maybe Elon Musk will as well, and all of a sudden God, in my wildest dreams, like an OnlyFans movie. Oh yeah, we'll get Bloodwing in a Daemonette outfit. I'll take an Inquisitor outfit, and we'll have a really fun. Hey, honey. You know, she gave me a quote for a cosplay tied to a certain animation from a certain content creator called Derpixon. It was called The Fallen Prince, and she gave me a quote of about $1,000 to make a certain demonic character. And you know, now that I think about it, that character could also pull off a Daemonette pretty similarly. So $1,000. I don't know how much an Inquisitor outfit would cost. Probably something not as high, because you don't have to deal with the body paint or the aesthetics or whatnot. But you know, probably a few hundred to get the good stuff. So if we could get a good production value, maybe. Maybe. Again, in my wildest dreams, but maybe. Ah, man. Wouldn't that be nice? Never let your dreams be dreams. Well, you know, I'm gonna be honest, all the YouTube and Twitch stuff I do, I live comfortably. There are some stressful times, especially around taxes, and last tax season kind of sucked because I used too much of the money that I was supposed to save for taxes on things for the house, but now I don't have to make those spending decisions anymore, so I'll be able to rebuild myself, but, you know, it doesn't give me enough to drop $1,000 for Daemonette cosplay, but hey. If only. Ah, if only. That'd be funny, though. We haven't done storage silos in a hot second, so let's get some of those back in here. It's just another Monday, right? Vidrich, I don't have it, okay? Other people brought it up, and I thought about it. Literally, half of the ops I do is literally taking things you suggest to me and then thinking about it for more than 10 seconds and going, well, actually, that could work. Which is why we just called that one guy and said, hey, can we do this? And he's like, it probably won't work. It's like, all right, cool. But we'll still do it in other places as we already have. But, you know, that was just another possible idea. Because part of creativity is not just being creative without what you can make, but once you've, you know, felt like you've made everything you can think possible, it's then taking other people's ideas and trying to bring them to light. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes it just doesn't work out. That's just how the damn process works. I would consider Bloodwing not a professional cosplayer, because, you know, those are few and far between, but she is definitely adept. Like, I've watched her over the years grow as a cosplayer and get better and better with everything, and the cosplays have gotten better and better. One of the first cosplays she did was a Ceres Victoria from Hellsing, the Ultimate one. And she redid that like 3 times in a row and just kept making the canon better and better and better. And I remember one of those years, she actually brought 2 of the cannons she worked on just to compare the quality of that. And that was when she was first starting off. She's expressed interest in rebuilding that cosplay, and I really want to see how that cannon comes out. And then compare it to the others. It's going to literally look like night and day, but she knows what she's doing. She knows what to get, and she knows what to work with. So I could... If we ever raise $1,000, I assure you, she is going to make a very good Daemonette. Oh my god. And I know exactly how I would shape it too, because I have a certain amount of reference material using a certain program that generates images for certain background researches. Anyway, back to map deving. Donation goal when? It would have to wait after she finishes her Masters, though, because she is in no condition to do something serious like that outside of a cosplay convention, which, I mean, Otakon is coming up. I think she already has her cosplay selected. Though I have finally bitten the bullet, and I'm going to do cosplay with her, so she wants to do a very, for Colossal Con coming up, Colossal East, which is in September. I've agreed to do swimsuit cosplays with her. We're doing Puss in Boots, but they're all sexualized, so I have to find a way to sexualize Big Jack Horner and Rocket. That should be an interesting one. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get back to map dev. But that might give me the favor I need to, you know, get the Damonette going. Anyway. Well, I don't want to pressure her to deliver anything right now, because her focus right now needs to be her Masters, and she gets it done, but she has to maintain a 4.0, well, not a 4.0, but an A or an A- average, otherwise her company doesn't pay her the only 50% they pay her for the Masters anyway, and I, because of taxes, I don't have anything that I can help her with, so I don't want her to go into debt either. So that should be her focus. Well, yeah, Tootie, I mean, we've got multiple bad dragons to work with, so, I mean, that won't be the issue, but no, that was actually one of the concepts we were doing was we were going to make the crossbow, but instead of using unicorn horns, we were going to use the bad dragon dildos for props. Yeah, they only pay up to 10K a year, and it's 10K a semester. Actually, it's a little less than 10K. It's 8K, but she does spring, summer, and fall. Because she's doing an accelerated program, so she takes 2 classes for 4-month intervals. And then she gets 1 or 2 weeks off, and then the next line of classes starts. But that way, she'll be done in... What was it? 22 months? Or 20 months, I think. So it's, you know, a little quicker, but it's just constant stress. Sorry, I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else I can vary the map with, but I don't think there is, and that's fine. And again, we're doing all the outside compounds before I work on the cities, and the cities will have more detail. Bloodwing is adorable as a Zeus. I know I've hyped her up to be sadistic, but she's fair. But she also doesn't understand everything that she could potentially do, which is why she's very, I sit with her and I help her out. But she's one of those people where if she's in the zone and it's very easy for her to get in that zone, she will just absolutely blow everything away. In a good way. I was just checking my DMs on Discord. I can answer all those later. Because once in a while I have emergencies come up and I gotta go deal with them, but, you know. If I don't, then I don't. Hey, if you want me to go Zeus for Ignis, that is up to Rubik's, and you guys are gonna have to ask him. Because I would never want to be the person to throw my weight and go, oh, let me Zeus, I want to kill them all. I mean, give them a wonderful operation. Of course, those of you that have watched me for more than a week know that my focus is always to give them a good operation, but unfortunately, we live in a culture where one people sees a highlight of me dropping a cluster bomb on, you know, a group of players and goes, oh, he does that all the time. When in reality, that was just a birthday gift to myself, and I had the player base's consent, but no. No, he the bad man. I do need some smaller structures. Where's the, let's go all the way to the south here. You, and you, because I haven't been using some of those variations in a hot second. Oh my god. Feel you need more Gothic styles in these smaller settlements. I don't have any small Gothic structures, though. Otherwise, you're absolutely right, and I would agree with you 120%, but I'm limited to what the mod has or doesn't have. Okay, a little bit of corner clipping. Again, I'm not going to worry about that. Again, the map is too heavy for that. But I agree with you in terms of architecture. Gothic would be much better. The slants is what's killing me here, and I don't have Deformer, so I can't fix it. Otherwise, I'd even it out. Zam, that's not what he means by Gothic architecture, you autistic little weasel. You special human being. You absolute goober. I mean, Zam is our Discord troll. And then there's a few like him, but we basically, anytime we get a new one, we just compare it to Zam. And if it's worse than Zam, we ban them. If they're not, then we just let them deal with Zam, and they usually leave after dealing with Zam. Bloodwind's a Discord kitten. I mean, that's just a general. We have a few others, though. But, you know, it's how it all works out. And then we have the modders, we got the devs. Wait, that me. And then we got, what, everyone else? I don't know. We use the trolls to fight the trolls. If you say buttress on the building, that's an architectural term, you pervert. Don't you dare elude my architectural terminology, I swear to God. Damn Slaneshi. Always ruining everything for everyone. One day you'll learn how to arma good? Let me know when you do, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Bro, please give me tips. Please. God. I'm just bullshitting my way through this, and it's somehow working, so I'm just keeping it going, man. Fake it till you make it. Bro, how do you think I felt after I released that Donald Trump's wall video back in 2016 or 2017, whenever it was? I woke up, literally, didn't check the channel for a week, and I went from having 100 subs to like 25,000. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Bro, what is this? What is this? All of a sudden, I start becoming popular. It's like, no, please. God, what am I doing? Left click for pew pew. You're absolutely right. Shooting your gun in this game does involve selecting the left trigger unless you've broken all your controls. What if I want to play this game with a Guitar Hero controller, though? Which button would be the pew pew? God, wouldn't that be something? I get a Guitar Hero controller, sync it to play Arma 3. How the hell would you Zeus with a Guitar Hero controller? I'd probably use a foot pedal to move the camera around. And then I just have to code those buttons to Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V. I literally just did it as I was speaking, though. Jesus Christ. That would be something. There's a compound up here I missed. Oh, man. Nah, my life has literally been fake it till you make it, though. Across everything. It's kind of life, though. You have no idea what you're doing. You eventually get yourself in a rhythm. You just go with it. Holy crap. Like, having Bloodwing as a girlfriend, though, in high school, I literally got mugged over her. It was funny as hell. That was all fake it till you make it, bro. I was punching at least 3 ranks above my weight. I was a solid 7 at best, going for a 10. Oh, man. That was the life. Zeus community with Guitar Hero controller. See, The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I kind of want to try it. It's going to end poorly, but I would totally try it, because now we're getting to levels of, all right, what am I going to do with my life just to, like, meme everything? Like, what would be funny YouTube content, but still give me the capacity to make a good Arma 3 operation? All right, I'm not going to lie, like, right off the bat, it would have to be Karma Cut's community, because their focus on the finer details and the smaller scale, I could pre-build everything in Zeus with mouse and keyboard, and then I could just Zeus things with the Guitar Hero controller. I would probably just have to do, like a key binding thing on a few things just so I can, you know, occasionally spawn in a few things, but again, it would be very slow pace, and I would just focus on panning the camera around. There would be no way in hell I could Zeus for the Black Templar with a Guitar Hero controller. Yes, it would be funny to have a Noise Marine theme going with it, but they are way too freaking fast-paced for me to keep up with something like that unless I practiced with something else. It'd be funny, though, but nigh impossible, unfortunately. Okay, so we actually tracked the source of the lag. It wasn't the warp gates. It was just the map, because they told me they've used warp gates in the past and it was fine. So it was just the map being funky. The warp gate might have also been causing something on the map to get worse and worse. I'm thinking for this operation, we'll probably have 3 warp gates. A shield around them that prevents air from outright sniping them, which means people have to come in and demo them and then leave. And then a secondary objective of finding and destroying shrines. I just have to test if they're destroyable or not. All right, we're at an hour 16, and we've done, I want to say... I actually don't know how much of this damn map we've done, but, you know, close enough. I could tie it to special event actions. We'll see. Okay, have I done a full 360 on the outer perimeter and rebuilt everything that needed rebuilding? Just giving this a look, because this is... Whenever I get, like, I look at a task and I'm like, oh, I don't want to keep doing it that way, I'll literally just switch sides and start doing it on a different side and go, yep, there we go. Alright, so now we just have villages. I think those were ruins back there when they're big boxes like that. Okay, I missed this. Let's start encroaching on the bottom left corner. And the terrain's getting flatter, so let's focus on making more storage hubs again. Yeah, those are our ruins. I always like hiding buildings and folding them in with existing ones. It just kind of adds to the atmosphere. And when I get bored, I might start kit bashing, at least for a look. No, let's just do another one of these. You know, today might just be me keeping the stream going for a while and just doing 2 or 3 things. Because I also need to build a Halo up at the same time. I want to kind of keep that under wraps. So I guess when I feel like going and doing that, I'll cut the stream. But we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, more DayZ after this. Because Liru needs to make money. And the best way to make money is to let you people torture me and give me heart attacks. And everyone's like, Liru, what about your health? And I'm like, well, living old is overrated anyway. Let's be honest, this generation doesn't really have anything for retirement, so... Why do you need to live old if we're just gonna end up, giving all of our money to the hospital and the big pharma systems anyway? And if you're not in the States, why are you living old? Like, what is there really for you to do at this point? The world's going to shit. The environment's getting effed. That beautiful place you want to retire to is probably going to be screwed by the end of this, so enjoy the now, bro. And by all means, I'm hoping to be wrong, but probably not. But hey, you know what? You live your life how you want to. Don't let some idiot YouTuber tell you what to do. You're your own person. You can make your own decisions, damn it. Unless you're one of those people that are into that, in which case, I was about to say something that would have been way too inappropriate. Anyway, don't mind me, I'm just building stuff. So the mushroom stuff I've taken a break from because I need to completely redo the setup, because basically what happened was I had both a mold infestation that killed everything, and then as I was cleaning everything, I realized everything in there was rusting too. So I want to completely redo it. That's going to require me to sink a few $100s in, and I don't have a few $100s at the moment because of taxes. And then YouTube and Twitch, the payments that all the extra work I've been doing and all the gains I've been making this past month, I won't see reflected in payments until 2 months from now. So I've just basically put that on hiatus and just doubled down on my channel and my outdoor gardening instead. But once I have the money, I'm going to get a nice polyester plastic setup that's easier to clean, and probably go to bags instead of bins, because I just keep having issues with contamination no matter how sterile I make the environment. So I'm just going to outright sterilize the damn bag, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, then I'll convert that into a channel of its own. But I only want to make a channel for it when I master it, so... To which I've had people go, well, you know, you can post your failures and that'll still gain stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But then I'll just have a bunch of people telling me what to do. And then, while I always appreciate stuff like that, it's just going to put me in a bad mindset. And I don't really want to deal with that. And I kind of want to minimize what I stress about, because I had something I had to stress about last week. Or 2 weeks ago that lasted a week, which was over something that happened 9 months ago, and it was incredibly frustrating. So I'm just a conduit for stress and its negative effects on me, so I just want to minimize that where possible. Plus, I think with all the other things I have in mind for expansion, I've got other stuff in mind, so... You know, we'll get there when we get there. Really? Do I not have any tall? There we are. Paco, unfortunately in life, everything's a lot of work. That's just how the world is, unfortunately. And even worse still, I'm the type of guy that I really do need to enjoy what I'm doing to see it through the end. Where's that damn mausoleum over here? I'm going to start in the bigger compounds. I'm going to put this aside as our, excuse me, worship area. Cool. I don't know, my life's pretty simple right now, though. I wake up, try to do some chores if I can. If I don't, I just immediately go on, set up videos, work on op dev, run my missions, edit some content, and then if I feel like it, if I'm dead to the world, I'll just go and pass out. Otherwise, if I feel like it, I got a few people that I write stories for and call it a day. Or if I have a commission for one, but I've also started slowing that down simply because it's just, I've been kind of doubling down back on YouTube and Arma 3 again, and that's just been taking a lot of my time, but I still find time for a few of my buddies that appreciate what I write. However, I don't think I'll talk about any of it because it's all very inappropriate. But anyway, we all do what we like to keep ourselves sane. Robo-Saddam has developed special equipment like a giant speaker, which she produces special frequencies to make everyone who hears this noise. Ah, so you're basically building a South Park Brown Noise episode. Okay. So, there was one that one of their players recommended to me for an op idea, except there is apparently now a texture of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and he was saying, what if we do an op where we steal the Eiffel Tower? That one I'm more inclined to do, but I want to sneak the texture into the op, similar to the Hue Neutron paper paint we did way back when. That would be good. I don't think I have a thin lawn structure, because the one I'm thinking of is too thick. It's too dummy thick. But maybe I can audit it for the terrain. Paris has a map rip frames. No, it's just the Eiffel Tower. So I was just gonna sneak it into the mission file as a mod texture without them actually downloading the mod, so they download it when they download the mission file instead. Because that's how TMTM snuck Hue Neutron into a mission file once, which was really funny. All right, now we're starting to get into some of the more inner compounds. As we circle around, I would say the map is 40% done. Time-wise, though, 50%. It's just in terms of assets. Red alert to Eiffel Tower up. Where we convert it into a giant, oh god, what are they called? Einstein Tower? Tesla Tower? One of the two. I can have Tim Curry's space line inside. Robo-Saddam should retreat to space. No, I already have Robo-Saddam's plot line ready. It's gonna get ridiculous. No, I want a storage hub. Hab, whatever. There she is. Okay, now we're gonna get into some slightly bigger stuff. No. Why are you copying the wrong thing, you piece of shit? Copy. Paste. Ugh. I think my keyboard's starting to die. Because I cleaned it, and it's still dying. Oh well. Where's the mausoleum? I mean, the only reason I thought to bring Robo-Saddam back was because I have a texture for Robo-Saddam. And I got that from another guy during Friday Night Fights. Alright, do I have... What can I work with in terms of big pieces? Those are the worst hotkeys. Yeah, I have to move to the middle of my freaking screen for that. Okay. I need a break. Let's go debug stuff. Oh, right, you're not going to see him on that. What do I want to do then? Oh, there's scripted spawns. Which means I'm not going to be able to change up their clothing. Do we have a module where I can code things as override, or am I just screwed there? Oh, neat. They put that line of code into that. That's cute. Huh. Well, that actually just creates less work for me. I still need a standard soldier. I know where I'm going to pull him from. The heretical footmen, obviously. What I'm curious about, though, is what else do I have on the pauldron list here? I mean, this also makes for good Tyrannid stuff, to be honest. Like, at least that one. Not necessarily the ones with the chaos markings, but this one, I mean, that one looks kind of good. For gene stealers. Freaking Eviscera masks, man. God, we're really digging at that point. Nope. Nothing for the grandfather? Nope. Of course, why would they make it easy for me? I mean, the skin robes wouldn't be a bad idea at that point. Stuff that looks mutated would also be good. Anything fleshy. That's all Space Marine shenanigans. Robo Lenin? Oh, God. I don't know why you Googled that, Vildrich. SCP ops can work for large player bases, but you have to be... Like, for doing the compounds and stuff, it can be pretty tough, though, but... I made a 40-person work on an SCP campaign, and then I just had a shit ton of necrophage chase them off the island for a containment breach. Here, I need, You know, if I'm doing 40k Nurgling stuff, I can just model everything off of, Oh, god damn it, what is it called? Darktide. I could literally just model everything off of Darktide. Hmm. Yeah, that's the case. My stomach was making the rumbly. Carl, that only hands could satisfy. What is wrong with you, Carl? Yeah, we could do green tent for all of it as well. That, though... It would actually be really easy to make a group of Gen Stealers. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some chaos symbolism with it, but... I could easily make Gene Stealer stuff. But again, I'd need melee units. I think some of that was actually Gene Stealer armor, but... Yeah, like, this is from the Gene Stealer mod, but it's like, I don't really... There's not really any markings. There's no, like, fleshy buildup or whatnot. I like the rusting, though, on that one. That one I like. And then we gotta... Yeah, of course, now we're getting into the good stuff. Okay. But again, Gene Stealer's not the focus of this one. Anyway. Wow, this armor really does make some of them look fat, doesn't it? Okay. Yes. Alright, cool. Let me actually save this. I'm gonna be honest, I might actually take a small break right now, just because my stomach is rumbling and I need to put something in my body, because otherwise it's just gonna be gnawing on me all day. Oh, that's a lot of Discord DMs. Good God. All right. Also, this scared the shit out of me when I first saw it. I'm like, what is this? But I named the last BT up. Sort by date. Oh, yeah, all right. We'll just number them. It'll make sense in my own little world. And then so let me check out if the jungle Essacre server is ready. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. I'll be back in a bit. Probably with DayZ to take a break from this. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Have a good one. See you in a bit.